What's up, everybody? Welcome back to 5 Minute Rants, guys. Welcome back to the AM. So today, guys, I'm going to talk about comparison. And I'm going to talk about one of the most detrimental things to do, and that's compare yourself to other people, especially when you're comparing your journey to other people. And here's why. We're going to sit down and argue over which animal is better, a giraffe or an elephant. You love elephants, I love giraffes, and we're going to sit and convince each other why one is better than the other. And it's a moot argument. And here's why. They both are unique and they can't be compared to anyone else. And here's where sports and athleticism and different things come in. There's standard rules that people have agreed to and said, oh, you're a better athlete, you're better this, you're better that. But the truth is you can't actually really compare athletes one to another. And the reason why is there is no systematic controlled environment where all the variables are exactly the same so that you can have true measurement. Now think about that. I'm saying this because especially in social media, the era of social media, the era of where we're at, we're isolated more than we ever have been. And yet we are exposed to more than we probably should be exposed to. And I do think social media is a very great tool, And I think social media and the internet is used for a lot of good. However, there's a lot of comparison out there and it really doesn't work. And here's why. You are the only you that exists in the world. So when you start comparing yourself to somebody else, how can you really actually compare yourself to somebody else? You're the only you that has ever existed. I'm the only Michael Abernathy that has ever existed. How in the world am I going to stop and compare myself to other people and go, oh, I'm not good enough? What do you mean I'm not good enough? How are we measuring this? Somebody's journey, cool, their journey in business, it took them 3 or 4 years to achieve all the goals that they had set out. It took me 10. It took somebody else 20. None of those things help me looking at that other than, cool, what did they learn that I didn't? Do they have knowledge that I could add to my life? Are there different things that I could learn? And so what I'm basically coming back to is when you're looking at other people, are you looking at them from a place of comparison or are you looking at them from a place of humility to learn? And then I think it's also important to recognize that not only are we different people, but what we're trying to do is different. We radically think differently. We radically operate differently. Our skill sets are different. Everything is so different. And then how do you define winning? If you've never listened to Simon Sinek's infinite versus finite game, his talks about that, you should, because a lot of us are trying to play this infinite game based on finite rules that don't exist and nobody's agreed upon. And a finite game is what I talked about earlier, sports. Basketball's a finite game. You play it in a set amount of time with agreed upon rule set, and everybody adheres to that, and you can measure that. Versus marriage is an infinite game. How do I measure winning at marriage? I'm going to be married for the rest of my life. That's what I said at the vows. That's what I'm planning on, right? Till death do us part. That's an infinite gain. That's not just something that, hey, I scored 25 more marriage points than you do. It's the same thing in your journey in life, wherever you're at, whether it's your career, whether it's relationships, whether you are married or not, whether you want to live a single life, like you cannot compare. And so the biggest thing to do is let go of who you are not, really choose to love you for who you are, understand where you do fail in life, because everybody fails. I fail. I still fail, right? It doesn't matter how far down the road and how far along I get, there's still going to be failure in my life. Learn to embrace that, learn to see it, and then improve those things in your life. And that's it. It's that simple. Cool. What do you need to do next? What are the next steps? And then you love the journey along the way. Like, oh, this is awesome. Hey, I added this to my life. Hey, I improved this. Hey, here's things that I'm still lacking. Cool. I'm not there yet to actually accomplish those things, but you're moving forward. And then you learn to love that life is a path that you walk down. It's not just some accomplishment, and it's not just something that's handed to you. And you have a total mindset change about this rather than sitting and being like, oh, I don't have that house. I don't have that boat. Okay, who cares? There's way more to life than a house and a boat. There really is. And I think if you're in that position, I'd encourage you to take a step back and really pause and think. There's more to life than this. And that's probably where you need to start your journey, is finding out what that more is. Anyways, guys, I'm out of time, so I'll catch you later. Peace.